that will help us. For every action, there are two reactions. That's what the Vedic scriptures tell. Law of dual effect is called. In the Bhagavad Gita, it explains that there is every action has two reactions opposite to each other. Sarvasya dvaipale prayaha viruddhe cha parasparam. Adau chalam phalam paschat sirataram bhave. Adau chalam phalam paschat sirataram bhave means what? Every action has two reactions. First reaction is called prayer, the immediate reaction. And the ultimate reaction is called shreyas. The first immediate reaction is transient, changing, stays for some time, and very soon the effect changes. But the ultimate reaction, which is totally opposite to the immediate reaction, there the effect is lasting, stays for a longer duration. That's why we should not worry about the immediate reaction, but we should look at the ultimate reaction, which gives us good or bad. If the ultimate reaction is bad, immediate reaction is good, don't choose that path. If the immediate reaction is seemingly bad, but ultimate reaction good, follow that path. Because the ultimate reaction is one which is going to stay with us for a long time. Supposing a person enjoys smoking cigarettes, immediate reaction may be good for him, but the ultimate reaction, lung cancer. Is that good? Lung cancer stays for a long time, and you go for biopsy, you go for chemotherapy, and all kinds of things. And life is full of misery. If you take care in time and do not take to that habit, you will be saved a lot of physical, mental, and economical problems. Whereas there are people who enjoy drinking. In the initial stages, they may enjoying it. Immediately after drinking, they may like the situation. But ultimately, it gives you cirrhosis of the liver. Is that good? It's not good. So we have to choose between our actions, which gives us lasting, ultimate benefit. If you do exercises, severe exercises, initially is pain. And when you want to gain out of your life, no pain, no gain without pain, they say. You have to take pain to get gain. So initially it may be painful, but ultimately it gives you a fitness in the body. That fitness is what we have to depend upon. So don't worry about immediate pain, only worry about ultimate benefit. So in this way, life goes on with our habits. It all depends upon what good habits you develop in your life. You are, we are what we eat, they say. We are what we are what we have made ourselves to be. All along, if you keep developing good habits, ultimately you turn out to be a very good person, physically, mentally, and spiritually. What are the good habits? What are the bad habits? We don't have to teach everybody that. Most of us know good habits. But the entire natural hygiene guidelines is to teach people how to lead a natural and healthy lifestyle. Its entire natural hygiene finishes with that. If you develop good habits, good natural and healthy habits, your life is good. Health comes from healthy lifestyle. That's so simple. So when you know that, okay, I don't need to hear anything more, that's good enough. Have you heard a person called Sandeep Maheshwari? He comes and shows inspirational talks he gives. In one of the talks, his subject was number 32. That's all. He gave everybody a box and he collected the money for 3 hour seminar. And he said after 3 minutes, have you all got the box? Have you seen the number 32? Yes, your guidelines is in the box. The seminar is over. You can go. Oh, did somebody say something? He then turned it. Oh, yes. You have paid 5,000 rupees to come and attend this seminar, and you are saying, I'm saying, get out? No, no, no. Okay, you are expecting to hear some more from me? Okay, I will tell you. That's how he begins his lecture. But what he arrives at is that value of number 30. What is this 32? He says most of us are, on an average, have 32 teeth. When you eat food, chew the food 32 times. Every morsel of food that you put in your mouth, chew them 32 times. When you have to do it physically and when you start counting, it's boring. Oh, I've finished chewing it. Let me swallow it. No, don't do it. Wait until you finish 32 times. When you are supposed to do it for every morsel, you end up eating right appropriate quantity of food. You cannot overeat, not because your jaws are paining, but because you are satiated with the sufficient quantity of food. When you are satisfied completely, when you are satisfied completely with whatever you ate, you will not like to eat more, no matter what your food is. Supposing you end up going into a party, there are so many very varieties of dishes which you love, and you end up eating too much, and your bill going to the doctor for examination and medicine. Lot of money you have to spend. Oh, I've given him a gift of 1,000 rupees, so let me eat for 2,000 rupees. You try and do it, you will end up spending 5,000 rupees to the doctor's consultation. Is that what you want? Don't lose money, gain money. How do you gain money? Before you go to a party, eat a healthy meal in your house. Go to a party, take a little bit of whatever you like, chew and chew and chew thoroughly. You cannot eat more than whatever is necessary for the body. You take a little bit and be decent and come back. The host likes you, and your body is careful. Body likes you, and you are safe. When you end up eating wrong foods in a large quantity, then you suffer consequences. Every action has a reaction. If our actions are good, reactions will also be good. Don't we know that? All children know this. But where do we make the mistake? Because we forget this. Our greed for eating more can be controlled by chewing. There are so many guidelines to safeguard our own interests. God has given us the intelligence. Entire natural hygiene science is dependent on this one principle. What is the basic philosophy of nature? The basic philosophy of natural hygiene is that every living being is endowed with a self-repairing, self-maintaining, and self-improving mechanism. Total reliance on this creative intelligence of life is natural. So if when you rely on this, then you know there is no question of getting diabetes or hypertension or thyroid problem or all kinds of problems that we see, asthma, arthritis, name it, and you have it. It comes to you so easily because when it comes to you in a vigorous form, initially it's called an acute disease. In the stage of acute disease is your friend. Why is this disease coming? As a warning to stop eating bad food, to stop eating any more food until the body has finished its repair work. Disease is an indication that life has started its repair work. When the repair work starts, we should not put any food in it. All the repair work will be done, and then the crisis will be going on its own. Just to cite an example. During Dashera days, myself and my cousin, when we were small boys, we used to go to the neighboring houses. He knew everybody in the neighborhood, and he would go to one house during Dashera. In South India, they have a custom of keeping dolls and other things in steps, and guests who come there, they are supposed to sing some song and bhajans and things like that. and in the end they do some arti, and then they give prasadam to him. In this house they make sundal, another place they make pongal, another place they make sweet rice and all that. My cousin used to know everything. He used to take me to different homes, and he used to take a good quantity of that prasadam and fill himself. And I was insisted by my uncle that I should chew my food thoroughly, and I was following that principle, having been ingrained into that. When I was chewing thoroughly, I could not eat more than half of what they gave me. So I went on collecting packets, put it in a bag. But that cousin of mine, he finished everything that he got in every house. After finishing 6 or 7 houses, then it was late. We had to go home back. In the middle of the night, he started yelling and screaming with severe pain in the stomach. My father came and lifted him up, took him to a bench where he administered a mini enema. That's called tona. After administering him, and he took him, made him sit in the toilet seat. He held him, and then after he cleared some bowels, and then he got him, cleaned him, and put on his knickers and made him sleep. He slept off very well. He didn't know what happened. In the morning, he woke up very happy. No more pain, nothing at all overnight, and he was very happy, and he was jumping and with joy. I told him, "Oh, what a severe pain you must have had yesterday." "What pain? Who had the pain?" "I didn't have any pain." He didn't even know that he had the pain. He was given a toner, and immediately the relief was given, and he had no problem. What is this toner? It's a mini enema can. In the mini enema can, we introduce some water, small quantity of water, to be sent through the rectum, and that water, cool water, cools the colon and makes the colon do improved peristalsis movement. With this very improved peristalsis, some matter is expelled. As soon as some matter goes out, we feel healthier. Our body is cleaner. Pranasya nirmale dehe चेष्टितं स्वास्थ्यनामकं प्राणस्य समले देहे चेष्टितं रोगनामकं. Life's activity in a clean body is called health. Life's activity in an unclean body is called disease. That's all there is to it. Entire health science is in. There is one time when Shankaracharya from Kanchi Kamakoti Peetham, he was walking from Kanyakumari all the way to Kashmir. So on the way, he stopped in Delhi. When he stopped in Delhi, he was given a place to stay with all the hutments they made for him and his team, and they stayed in that place. And when they stayed there, every morning and in the evening, he would give public lectures. Of devotees will come and sit there, and he will give lectures. One day he chanted a verse. आत्मा त्वं गिरिजामति परिजना प्राणान् शरीरं गृहं पूजाते विषयोपभोगरचना रुद्राणि सर्वाणि सञ्चारपदयो प्रदक्षिणविधिः निद्रा समाधिस्थितिः यद्यत् कर्म करोमि तद्दखिलं शम्भो तवाराधनम्. So he explained the meaning. Hey Shambho Mahadev, many people worship you with prayers, stotras and bhajans and singing all kinds of prayers. I don't know any of them. And some people throw lamps around you. Some people do parikrama around you. Some people do all kinds of things. I don't know where all those procedures. Hey Shambho Mahadev, whatever I do in my life, consider it as my prayer to you. If I am walking around anywhere, I'm doing parikrama to you. Because you are here, you are there, you are everywhere. What should I do the parikrama? Wherever I am walking, that is parikrama to you. Whatever I am eating, it's your prasad. I am considering it as your prasad. Don't think that I am only eating your prasad. No matter what I am eating pakoras or jalebis or dosas or vadas, whatever I'm eating, it's your prasadam. So whatever I'm doing, if I'm smoking, I'm showing incense to you. If I'm taking alcohol, I'm taking your charanamrit. So whatever I do, Mahadev, it's your prasad. So if people in the audience say, oh, this is a great guru, you should perhaps follow this person. So what Shankaracharya explained as the meaning of this word comes later. So in the meanwhile, so far whatever I spoke, if you have any question, I will entertain that question and continue after finishing the question. Please ask the question.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, it's a wonderful explanation, sir. Now I request your Chandrasekhar garu.
So we would request to host if they can ask audience. The audience can ask any questions that they have to Guruji. We will
Okay.
continue this Q&A session for about
Okay.
so about 10 to 15 minutes, and then we will recommence the lecture thereafter.
Okay. Any person wants to raise any question, kindly click on more option on your screen and press raise hand button, so that we have to know that Abhyas know that participant wants to ask questions. We have to give a chance to them to ask on live. Anybody? One question, sir. Dr. B.N. Rao. Sir, Dr. B.N. Rao garu, please open your video. Dr. B.N. Rao garu. Audio also. Yeah, please.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Good evening.
Yeah. Good evening.
Sir.
See, now how this chewing can improve the immunity in the body? Because I'm a rheumatologist and had some inside many understanding of the immunity. That's the reason I'm asking.
Our mouth is given a chance first to deal with our staple food. Most of our staple food is carbohydrate. Either chapati or roti, whatever we eat is a carbohydrate. And most of the vegetables that we eat is carbohydrate. Fruit we eat is carbohydrate. Most of the food that we eat has carbohydrate. And this in the mouth, when we chew the food thoroughly, three requisites of digestion is given. One is improved surface area, increased surface area, optimum time, adequate temperature. Optimum temperature and adequate time. These three things are generated by chewing food. When we chew the food, the particles become smaller. When it becomes smaller, the digestive juices are able to act on the surface. And when we break it further and further, all the food is dealt with the digestive juices. In the mouth, the saliva is secreted. The saliva mixes with the food, small particles of the food, and produces a change. The carbohydrate, with the influence of Tyalin, is a chemical in the saliva which converts carbohydrate into sugar, and it happens only in a certain temperature. That temperature is generated by the mouth by chewing thoroughly, and it takes over. Conversion is done in a period of time. That time is also given in the process of digestion. If you don't give this time, if you don't generate this temperature, digestion will not be complete. Even though the saliva has the digestive juices, the conversion will not be taking place. Because of chewing, the conversion of carbohydrate into sugar takes place. The taste is added in the food by the conversion, and then you are satisfied with the adequate quantity of food. You are enjoying the taste better when you chew the food. Have I answered your question?
Yeah, I know that actually the digestion starts itself from the chewing and from the mouth.
Yes.
But my point is, no, this is about the how to improve the natural immunity. Yeah.
Every food that we eat has nutrition in it. And if we don't do the first part of digestion, the first part of digestion has got a very important role in analyzing the food. Just like you put your bag in a security belt in the airport, and the security people check the in things in your bag. And when if there is a gun, if there is a knife or something, they ask you to open it up, and they either ask you to go get out or remove those harmful things from the bag. So same way, our teeth, our tongue has got taste buds. They are
Yeah.
the inspectors who examine the food, chemistry of the food. If a person has got the habit of chewing thoroughly, he can never be given food poison. Immediately the tongue will examine whatever is harmful, immediately inform to the head office. Head office immediately informs the defense department, that's from the liver. Liver will secrete bile and it will go to the mouth, and immediately you will vomit. You will not be able to swallow that food at all. So these are protective mechanisms provided by God. So if we use it thoroughly, we will be always benefiting from this. If your food is not carbohydrate is not converted into sugar, the stomach does not deal with carbohydrate. You cannot send it back to the mouth, but we have to take care of it before it passes through the neck. That's why it's very important to chew the food to get the full benefit of everything that we eat.
So
Okay?
you mean how much time we have to eat, sir? The lunch.
Pardon me?
How much time it should take for us to eat the meal?
It doesn't go by time, it goes by how much you make efforts to chew it thoroughly. We don't check the clock, we check the bodily uh, reaction. When you chew thoroughly and it becomes liquid, solids will become liquid and then warmed up, and then you will feel yes, it's done. Usually they say chew 32 times just for an example. It doesn't mean 31 or 33 or something, doesn't matter. Chew thoroughly is the idea.
What about the water? Should we? No, as per the physiology, we should not take water until after 2 hours of the food.
Don't take water at all.
Yeah,
You don't
because we need
drink because
the
if your
we need
food,
a acidic medium. So after that, once the food enters into the duodenum, then that time we need a water because it has to be alkaline medium.
that's how people look at it.
Yeah,
How we look at it is, if your food, if you don't cook the salt along with your food, you don't feel thirsty. You need water only to quench your thirst. All the requirements of water in the body is supplied in the quantity of food that you eat. If you eat a lot of fruits, if you eat a lot of raw vegetables, that itself has contains a lot of water by itself. And if you do not take spicy food, all the spices in the world are very useful to help us eat without hunger. If you have hunger, you don't need any spice. You can enjoy every food that you eat by thoroughly chewing it, the taste comes in. So because we add salt, because we cook the salt, we become thirsty and we drink water along with food. When we drink water along with the food, the temperature is destroyed and the character of the food is destroyed and the digestive juices are diluted and the digestion is shattered. So
it takes long time.
meal or even after the meal. You don't need to drink water at all unless you feel thirsty. If you feel thirsty, the thirst is not in the stomach, it's only in the neck. So small quantity of water retained in the mouth for some time and then swallowed quenches the thirst with small quantity of water.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Dr. B.N. Rao garu. Thank you. I will request Rajesh Patil.
The topic is
I wanted to ask the regarding the immunity itself, sir.
Pardon me?
Hello. Yeah, I wanted to ask regarding immunity itself. Got the answer, sir.
Sir, your mic is disturbed now, I think.
Go slow.
Slow.
Same thing I wanted to ask, sir, regarding immunity.
Okay. Already you are satisfied in the answer?
Yeah, I got the answer. Yes.
Yeah. Now I request Arun.
Yeah.
I request Arun.
Yeah.
Okay. I would like to ask Dr. Sharma if you could just suggest us some kind of a daily diet plan or maybe a dincharya kind of a thing. What is the most hygienic and most preferable dincharya for householders like us?
Beautiful. Very useful question. I'll say it in short now, but I will be elaborating in the next part of the lecture. We definitely need lighter food in the morning because the digestion is weaker in the morning and it's stronger at a later time. So in the morning, we take one kind of fruit. When we mix fruits, the digestion gets delayed. When you take one kind of fruit, the total value that fruits have to offer, we get. So when you take one kind of fruit, you don't eat too much of the fruit out also. When you mix the fruit, digestion is delayed and we don't get the full value. So that's the morning food. In the afternoon, I usually take a bowl full of raw vegetable salad. And in the evening, I take cooked meal. That's my daily routine. So on a weekend, when I go to the temple or go to somebody's house, then I give myself a free day. One meal I take the conventional food that everybody eats. That's during the lunchtime. The evening I take fruit and do not skip the dinner. And the next day, following day is a Monday. Monday I fast until evening. Evening I take some fruit, and in the night I take cooked food. That's my daily routine. But details of that will be explained at a later stage when I continue with my talk.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Now I request Praveen Kumar Garu.
Sir, namaste.
Namaste.
Sir, my question is there are diseases like infectious disease and lifestyle diseases. So my question to you is can we cure ourselves if, for suppose, someone has infectious disease? So can they follow a nature cure and cure themselves? So this is my question, sir.
Infection means what? Infection means attack of bacteria in our body.
Exactly.
In natural hygiene, we believe if a person is healthy, no bacteria can affect. In Bhagavad Gita, it says, Aham Vaishvanaro Bhutva Praninam Dehamashita Pranapana Samayukta Chamyannam Chaturvidam. I dwell in every living being as a protecting force that no bacteria, no germ can attack a healthy cell in the body. If all the bacteria attack only the filthy particles accumulated in the body, they come to eat only the filth. They are scavengers, they come to help us. If you got infected, all that you have to do is to do fasting, expose your body to sunlight, and drink small quantities of water now and then. That's all we have to do. Do some deep breathing. All those activities will help you to eliminate acute crisis of infection. So there is no need to take any medicine to kill a bacteria in your body. When you have put in medicine, so-called medicine, these drugs are poisonous. They only destroy the useful bacteria first before they attack the bad bacteria, so-called bad bacteria. And after a few years of using those drugs, the so-called bad bacteria become those so tough, no amount of drug can kill. They become used to them. They eat them and become stout. So do you want to resort to drugging? No, not at all. hygiene promotes health. This truth is effective at all times in all situations. Health is promoted only by hygiene, and drugs is reducing the hygiene in the body. So we don't prescribe drugs; we only prescribe hygienic actions. So about the lifestyle diseases, you correct the lifestyle and disease goes away. Body is all the time trying to repair itself, trying to help bring you back to normal. We just have to have three requisites to follow nature cure. What are they? Vishwasa Shastra Siddhante Varanyasa Paratmani Bhairahitya Trayam Manasa Bheshajam. The treatment begins with the mind. What? How does it begin? To instill belief in the script, the truth described in the scripture, and then have implicit faith in God. And third one, have no fear. All these three requisites, if you are instilled in the brain, then we have no problem dealing with any situation. Infectious or lifestyle defect, everything can be dealt with very comfortably, very easily, and very quickly. There were so many patients who were having the symptoms of corona disease recently from Bombay, from Pune, from Chennai, and from even USA. All those people who reported to us on the phone, we gave them direction, and within a matter of 2 or 3 days, they were back to normal health. And even when you see the corona reports, what do they say? A person may be tested positive, but he may not have any of the symptoms. A certain person may have the symptoms, but he may not be tested positive. He may not be tested negative. So all these things are confusing. Is it corona or is it not? They don't know. They only know that you have to be scared. That's all. If you have to be scared for every little thing, you cannot heal. One requisite for healing is not to be scared. Don't entertain fear in your life. And then you know the truth, follow the truth. And the truth is to improve hygiene in the body, cleanliness. Eat only food that are congenial to body chemistry. So these guidelines will be given in detail. This is only one short symposium or session that we are having. I'm only able to give you introduction into it. If you hold further sessions, I will be able to give you more details about it. This is all I have to say about this question. Can we go to the next?
Thank you, sir.
Okay, sir. Now I request Hitesh. Hitesh.
Other webinar.
Yeah, Hitesh.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Namaste, Guruji. I wanted to ask how often to do tona and how to do it. And should we use like normal water for this procedure?
Initially, a person needs to take tona twice a day after an attempt to a natural motion, one in the morning, one in the evening, to improve the colon's health, to improve the tone of the colon. Some people whose colon is very bad, we advise them to take 2 times in the morning and 2 times in the evening. First time, tona, every time only they have to do it after an attempt to a natural motion, whether you get it or not. You take a toner and you eliminate some. When you eliminate some, you create a empty space in the last part of your colon. Then when you take another toner, this water will cool the colon which is empty. This is the purpose of it. Is not for elimination. It is for improving the tone of the intestine. So what do I mean by tone? Tone means the capacity to enlarge and contract. The peristaltic movement happens in more effective manner when the colon has gained its tone. That's why the equipment is called tona. Tona is to improve the tone of the colon. If the tone of the colon is improved, then your constipation is gone. That's why we have to take twice in the morning, twice in the evening for 15 days continuously until your tone has improved and re-established. Then you reduce the tona practice to once in the morning, once in the evening, and then take only once in the evening, and then you take alternate days in the evening, and then you don't take it for more than once in a week. More than once in a week, you don't need. Once in a week, you have to take for the rest of the life because to ensure that your tone of the colon is well established.
Okay, Hitesh.
Yes, I would like to know if the regular enema kits would work to do this.
Yes,
We can use the.
if you don't have a toner kit, it's okay to use the regular enema kit. Use only 250 ml of milliliters of water.
How much ml?
250.
250 ml.
Extra quantity.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, Sunil.
Thank you.
Hello, Sunil.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, shall we go for next session?
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay.
Now coming back to the shloka explanation by Shankara. He said, whatever I do is prayer to you. If a person enjoys smoking, he says, I consider this as a incense showing to you. And if a person is drinking alcohol, he says, I will consider it as your Charanamrit. I can still live. Whatever I do, wherever I walk, is parikrama to you, is prayer to you. Shankaracharya said, this is okay to do it. Then people in the audience say, oh, this is a great guru. You have to become followers of his. He says, smoking is okay, drinking is okay. But he says the next part of the explanation. When you smoke and get lung cancer, if you have the same attitude as you had before, thank you, Mahadev, for giving me such a wonderful prasad in my lungs. Thank you, thank you. If you have the same spirit, go ahead and smoke. If you get cirrhosis of the liver when you drink too much, then you have the same spirit. Oh my God, my blessing, the blessings of Lord Shiva has come to me in the form of cirrhosis of liver. Let me enjoy it. If you have the same spirit, then you can go and smoke, you can go and drink, you can do anything that you want. So when they heard the second part, then they understood that he doesn't ask, he's not asking you to smoke or drink. He's asking you to follow the good path. That's how he explained. Whatever we do, we have to pay the consequences of our action. When we pay the consequences of our action, then we are not. If we know that we should not do bad things, otherwise we have to pay a heavy penalty. That's the real meaning of this sloka. Yatyat karma karomi tattad akhilam shambho tava aradhanam. If it has to be a aradhana to Lord Shiva, you better act in a manner that you don't have to pay penalties for your wrong act. So that is the summary of this sloka. So in our life, we do so many things and consider that as good. Eating prasada, it's only God's prasada we think. All the religious organizations have leaders and workers who are very sick. I request you all to connect to other religious institutions and organize lectures on natural hygiene so that they all will follow healthy practices even in the ashrams or spiritual organizations so that the gurus and the followers, they all have good health. They will be able to tell others about this good habit and the entire humanity will benefit from their teaching. Our physical, mental, and spiritual health is one. If your practice is not good for your physical practice but good for spiritual practice, it's not even good for spiritual practice. If you have some practice which is good for the mind but not good for the body, it's not good for the mind also. If you have some practices which are good for the body but not good for the mind, it's not good for the body. So whatever we do must be good for the body, mind, and spirit at the same time. That's what natural hygiene is. Divine science of health. Whatever we do for our body, it should be divine. Whatever do we do for the mind should be divine. Whatever should we do for the spirit should be divine. All practices are divine. When we say eat sattvic food, it is divine. Sattvic food is healthy for the body, healthy for the mind, and healthy for the spirit. Most of our prescriptions are not only sattvic, but they are cleansing, they are alkaline, and they are positive. Positive foods promote health. Negative foods destroy health. Annam cha dvividham bodhyam patyam chapatyamityuta. Patyena vardate swastham apatyam swasthya nash. Food is of two kinds, patya ahar and apatya ahar. Positive food and negative food. Positive food promote health. Negative food destroys health. It is so simple to understand. But what are positive foods? What are negative foods? Positive foods are those which has got water, fiber, and life in it. It is not the food in your life, but the life in your food that matters. If there is no life in the food, that's no good. But there are foods which don't get spoiled, like the dal and rice and other things. You can store it in your shelf for days together. And that's why so many people prefer to use these dals and rices for sale so that it will stay for any number of times. The foods which do not go bad is bad for us. Coconut water goes bad very fast. That's the best food for you. All other sprouts and other things, they will get spoiled if you don't use it quickly. Fresh vegetables, fruits, they have to be consumed as fast as possible. So that is why they are more useful than other foods. Don't use dal or rice, use the whole rice. And the grains, you should use 1/3 and 2/3 should be vegetables, either in the raw form. When you eat raw vegetables, don't mix it with cooked food. Yes, I eat raw vegetables, some people say. A little bit of tomatoes, little bit of onion, along with the cooked food. That's not eating raw. That's spoiling even the cooked food. Don't eat raw food with cooked food, and don't eat cooked food with raw food. See, that's such a important difference because the temperature, optimum temperature required for digesting raw food is totally different from the optimum temperature required for digesting the cooked food. Even among cooked food, there are foods which have high protein or too much fat. If you eat such food, you have to chew so much that everything is broken into small particles and the optimum time is given. Adequate time should be given to digestion. So all these rules are important. How should be our food? It should be positive food. What are the other guidelines for health? There are 5 guidelines for health. What are those 5 guidelines? Ample exercise, adequate rest, positive food, positive thinking, and engage in activity that will combine your skill and passion in a project to help others. If you choose a profession which is earning a lot of money but doesn't give you satisfaction of having done something wonderful, don't take to that profession. If you choose a profession which is your passion, like you want to draw, or you want to sing, or you want to dance, oh, how can I make money singing? There are so many singers. Doesn't matter. Don't think about money. Think about the way you should sing. Put your heart and soul into it. And when you practice, the singing will bring attraction in people. It will attract crowds because you're singing with your soul and you're singing in a better manner every time. Try and try and try. practice thoroughly, and your songs will bring crowds of people. There used to be a Katha Vachak long time back. His name is uh, Dongreji Maharaj. Dongreji Maharaj was a Katha Vachak, and he used to do Bhagavad Katha. In the night, his kathas will start 9 p.m. and go on until 1 o'clock. There will be 20,000 people sitting on the road listening to his talk. When he sings Narayan Bhajan, everybody will be spellbound, singing along with him and deeply moved. Is he a Lata Mangeshkar? Is he a Muhammad Rafi or is he a Kishore Kumar? No, he's an ordinary person, but his soulful singing melts the hearts of the millions. That's what is important. If you like to sing, sing with your heart and soul. Then everybody will love you. There are so many people who can win hearts just by their singing. I'm not saying everybody should take to singing. If it is your passion, do it. If it is your passion to do something else, do something else. There was a person who was interested in botany, but they say you have to take a job, and that's not paying so much. But doesn't matter. He did such a wonderful job in his life. He recognized different uh, plants and their values, and his own value increased in much. So there is number of stories telling you that if you choose your passion as your profession, you will be successful because your heart and soul will be in it. And this is a healthy lifestyle. This is the guidelines to give you the best medicine for all your illness. There begins the medicine. Because if you don't know what to do, sitting idle and just taking care of your body. A certain lady was sick and we gave her nature care program. She was following it and then getting benefit also. But his grandson who wrote to me, my grandmother wants to eat some fruits at 4 o'clock also. Can she do it? I said, okay, you can do it later. But in the beginning, bring your brothers and sisters or your children and ask them to sit with your mother or your grandmother and spend some time. It didn't take even 2 days. She didn't ask for any fruits. She loved playing with the kids. She enjoyed the time she spent with the grandkids and she didn't want any food. Because your mind should be occupied with something interesting. If you do that, there's no need to keep on eating. Because you have nothing to do, you feel like eating. Can I eat something this? Can I eat dry fruit? Can I have that? Can I have this? There are so many questions of things that you want to eat. Definitely you can eat anything and everything, but there is a time and place. First and foremost, finish the requisites for your body, and then the requisites for the mind can be given later. If you fill your body with the requisites, then there will be no temptation to eat unnecessary. These are the ways that elders have given us guidelines through which we should manage our life activities. Life activities are many. So when you do ample exercise, supposing you take to running, oh, I cannot run, I can walk. Begin running 10 steps. You run 10 steps and you say, I can't run more. Okay, walk the rest of the distance. Again, after some time, you are fit, walk 10 more steps. Like that, keep on practicing running, and in a very short time, you will be able to run the whole round of 1 kilometer distance without any pain. When you come to that capacity, run more and more and more to the extent that you run 15 minutes continuously every day. By running, your heart pumps very good. There will be no heart problem. Heart diseases will not come to you because there will be no obstruction. Why do we get obstructions in the heart? There is a fellow called cholesterol. This cholesterol is like a policeman. Policemen used to be engaged in big cities to check people who are sleeping on the street, pavements and all that. to drive them away from them, and they have to go and sleep in a house or under a building, under a roof, so that they will not be in danger, and people also will not have any problem. So this policeman goes around and he tells people, get up, get up, get up, and some people start paying him 5 rupees, 10 rupees, things like that. Then he gets the money, so he doesn't stop them. He goes and collects money from everybody. Then they themselves, they say, we will do the collection for you. You just sit in this bench and we'll collect hafta for you and give it to you. So this policeman has a comfortable life. So he gets hafta from all these people, and he keeps eating in that place, and he develops a big pot belly. Now his inspector comes occasionally, and he sees that this policeman is sitting there, and he shouts and scolds him, why are you not going around? You're supposed to be walking around. You're sitting in this place, and all these people are sleeping here. What's going on? When the inspector shouts, he gives a share of his hafta to the inspector. He says, okay. And the inspector also goes. Now this man's lifestyle has become like all the policemen who had developed pot belly, they are because they don't have active lifestyle. If you are active lifestyle, you're walking around vigorously, running around, then you will never develop a pot belly. You will not feel like eating too much. When you chew your food thoroughly, you will never get a pot belly because you cannot eat more, and whatever you eat, you will be digesting. So there are so many such examples that we can keep on giving. So now I want to stop here. If there is any more questions, we can answer that, or we can wind up this session.
Hello.
Yes.
So, yeah, Sunilji.
Haji, yeah, please tell me.
Okay. Small instruction to participants, brothers and sisters. At present, all of your mics are muted now. If any person wants to raise any question, kindly click on more option on your screen and press raise hand button, so that we have to know that participants wants to ask question. Hence, we have to give a chance to them. Nil Goel.
Yeah, my question is, am I audible?
Yeah.
I believe in having a sattvic diet, and garlic and onion are considered not to be part of the sattvic. And yet, garlic and onion are known for their healing properties and things like this. So, what is your take or guidance on this, please, Dr. Sharma?
When there is when you're talking about healing, you're talking about a medicine. We don't need medicines to heal our body. These are garlic and things like that. Turmeric, garlic, ginger, so many things, pepper, things are used as medicine. They are not food. Food alone is your medicine, is the Vedic teaching. Annam hi bhutanam jeshtham sarvaushadhamuchyate. Taittiriya Upanishad. What is annam? If you are able to eat a certain thing alone in the quantity of a full meal, that is annam. Garlic, and we have heard the saying, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. But a garlic a day, we can keep everybody away. So we don't need garlic or onion to heal the body. To heal the body, we need to fast for the time when you are having sickness. Or sometime if you fast, do some pranayama, get some sunlight on your body, and take waters in small sips. These are all the healing methods. We don't need garlic or turmeric or ginger or pepper. That is a different method. That's the method of medicine. The word
Right.
medicine denotes that it's a sin of meddling with nature. That's why it's called medicine. So our system preaches more about taking proper food in the proper time, in the proper manner. And food includes subtle food like sunlight, air, and ether. And there are subtler foods even more that we can talk about later. So we don't need any medicines like garlic and things like that. In nature cure.
Oh, this is wonderful to know. And yet we thought turmeric, ginger, neem, giloy and all, they're very good for building up your immunity, and which is essential these days to have a good immunity.
Yeah, they are medicines. Their
But
medicine school is different. I'm not criticizing the medicine
right.
school, only saying natural hygiene does not have any medicine. In
Right,
our
right.
system, we don't follow the medical system. Medicine acts on the symptoms. Symptoms are effects of disease. We attack the cause of the disease. When you remove the cause of a disease, effect goes away. I was doing farming in Hyderabad. When I
Yeah,
was growing tomatoes, in 1 week's time, lot of grass and other weeds grew around the tomato plant, and we cannot see any tomato plant. And my gardener brought some laborers, 20 laborers, and they worked one whole day, removed all the weeds, and then I could see the plant. But within 2 weeks, within 10 days, again all the weeds grew up.
true.
So this time I engaged 4 laborers, one with a crowbar, one with a pickaxe, one with a shovel, and one with a rake. They all went on making holes, straight holes, side holes, and the person with the shovel turned the soil upside down, and fourth person with the rake, he pulled all the weeds with the root. When it came out from the root, there was no more problem until the end of the crop. All the tomatoes plant, they survived very well. So
Right.
we have to remove the problem from the root. The root cause of all the diseases is accumulated filth in the body. Really means to remove the filth in the body should be through the food, which can be eaten singly, alone, as a whole meal. That's
Thank you.
nature.
Thank you
Okay.
so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Next question, Meenakshi. Meenakshi.
Pranam Guruji. I need to ask 3 questions.
Yes.
The first is I had an injury and then I had spondylosis, which is a little reduced density of the bone. And can that also improve with diet or is it age related?
The entire body is made up of cells. All these cells, the health of the cell depend upon the health of the food. Food is not only what we eat and drink, as I repeatedly said. Food includes subtle foods like sunlight, air, and ether. That also is included in the diet program in such a manner that you are improving the health of the next cells that you are generating. These healthy cells will keep on replacing the unhealthy cells, and the entire body parts will be turned into a healthy body in just 3 years. 3 years is not a much time, but in 3 years you will get new bone cells, be perfectly in size, perfectly in health, and you will have no spondylosis anymore.
My second question was which is a better meal to have as a cooked meal, dinner or lunch?
I do it in dinner because the whole day I work, and if I take cooked meal in the daytime, I feel sleepy. So if you have to keep on working in the daytime, salad is best in the daytime. It's up to each person's choice. If you have time to rest after eating cooked meal, you can take cooked meal in the daytime. Cooked meal usually should comprise of lot of vegetables and a little bit grain. And if you eat that way, that cooked meal can be digested faster than even the salad.
Okay. Third question, Guruji, was you say everything we do should be natural, the way nature designed it for us to do. Is Tona natural?
Most of the time, we accept everything unnatural and we question Tona being unnatural. There is Tona is not natural, but it is the least disturbance to the body using only a natural resource like water, plain water, no soap water, no medical water, no nothing of that sort. Natural water introduced in the right direction. Many people don't mind taking purgatives, they don't mind taking other things, From the other side, hot water drinking. From the other side, disturbing the whole system. Whereas the tona is the least disturbance, it is unnatural. I agree. People don't mind wearing glasses. People don't mind using refrigerators. People don't mind using computers. They don't mind using so many cooking food, cooked food. They're all unnatural. To combat with so many unnatural lifestyles that we have, it's the least unnatural method to help us do tona. That's why even though it's unnatural, I agree, and it's not habit forming. Because after some time of using tona, the tone of the intestines improves, and you don't take tona as a lifestyle. Take it occasionally to check your body.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Meenakshi garu. Now I request Hemraj San. Unmute your mic. Hemraj. Unmute your mic. Muted. Now I request Atin. Okay. Hemraj. Voice is not clear. Voice is not.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So my question is basically regarding the milk. So in most of the cases, I mean, there are two close. Few people say that milk is good, and few people say that milk is not good. Cow milk. I mean, I'm talking about desi cow milk, not other milk and dairy products. So what is your stand on that?
Milk is very good.
Okay.
Meat is very good. Every food is good.
Okay.
But you need better food for better health.
Okay.
When we take animal food,
Okay.
we are also subjecting ourselves to two other elements. That is, we don't know the health of the cow.
Okay.
For milk we get, we take it, desi cow or any other cow.
Uh-huh.
Another thing is the grief that comes from the calf of the cow, that definitely gets transferred to you. You cannot say no, because we are snatching somebody else's food. This element
That is
of
right.
grief from the calf gets. Another thing is, there is an order of creation. In the order of creation, plant food comes before the animal food. I used to love milk. I used to enjoy every milk food, milk, yogurt, cream, butter, and ghee. Everything I used to enjoy. I used to live with those things. I went to a vegetarian conference, and he asked me, "Are you a vegetarian?" I said, "Yes." "Do you take eggs?" I said, "No, absolutely not." "Do you take milk?" I said, "Yes, I take milk." He said, "Then you are not a vegetarian." I said, "What? I'm not killing any animal. Just tell me if it's an animal product or a plant product." I have a clean bowl, and I had to agree it's an animal product. If you're taking an animal product, calling yourself vegetarian, it's not true. We don't remain vegetarian anymore. There are enough resources in the plant product that can compare with the need of milk. Almond milk, soybean milk, coconut milk, peanut milk, name it, and there are so many varieties of milk which are healthier than animal, without any grief from any other calf or animal. That's the advantage. It's left to you. Milk is very good. Go ahead.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
I request Atin.
Namaste, Guruji. My question is, I have two questions. So my question is, if someone having the high blood pressure problem, is running is good for him, and if one run for half an hour or 1 hour, do we need to take some extra diet other than fruits and vegetables? Thank you.
Running is good for everybody. If a person has a heart problem or any problem, that problem goes away when you keep running very well. You don't need any extra protein for that. The protein from the leaves, are the best kind of protein. We generally see the chart which shows protein in the leaves are less than proteins in the beans and meat and things like that. But in reality, when you compare the water content in leafy vegetables and water content in the beans and nuts, you will see that water content in the leaf is more. When you remove the water content and compare in both, you find that leafy vegetables, all other vegetables, contain much more protein than the nuts and beans. So the protein is also many kinds of protein. The kind of protein that you get from the leafy vegetable is of the supreme quality that help your body. Did I answer your question?
Yes, I have one more question.
Yeah.
My bhabhi has the piles problem issue. So is it good for her to take Tona? Can she
Absolutely.
take?
There is a way of inserting the catheter for people who have piles, and if you carefully do it, then it'll definitely better because it's going to cool the inside and shrink the effect. So that's going to be very useful, but it should be combined with eating a lot of vegetable food, raw vegetables in the diet.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. With your permission, in which our group more than 60% Telugu people are there. For the benefit of Telugu people, I want our secretary to translate your speech in Telugu within 5 minutes. Sir. Okay.
Oh, 5 minutes.
I mean only 5 minutes. Chandrasekhar.
ఓకే థ్యాంక్ యూ అండి, ఐల్ డూ ఇట్.
Okay.
అందరికి నమస్కారం అండి. యా షూర్. నమస్తే అరుణ్ శర్మజీ. నమస్తే టు ఆల్ ద మెంబర్స్. ఇప్పటి వరకు అరుణ్ శర్మ గారు మనకు ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేసిన అంటే ఆరోగ్యాన్ని గురించి మనం ఎలా హోలిస్టిక్ హెల్త్ని ఎలా మెయింటైన్ చేసుకోవాలి అనే దాని మీద చాలా క్లియర్గా సింపుల్ లాంగ్వేజ్లో ముఖ్యమైన విషయాలన్నీ కూడా మనకి ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేశారు. యాక్చువల్లీ పక్షులు పశుపక్షాదులతో సహా అన్ని భూమి మీద ఉన్నటువంటి జీవరాశులన్నిటికి కూడా ఇన్స్టింక్ట్ తోటి ఏ విధంగా కనెక్ట్ అయి ఉన్నాము, అదేవిధంగా ఇప్పుడే పుట్టిన ఒక బేబీ కూడా శరీరంలో ఉన్నట్టు అన్ని భాగాలు అంటే అన్ని పార్ట్స్ కూడా ఎలాగా ఒకదానితో ఒకటి కోరిలేట్ అయి ఉన్నాయి. అండ్ మనం ఈ ప్లానెట్ పైన చూసినట్టయితే డివినిటీ అనే దానికోసం దానికి ఒక అర్థం, అది ఒక ఎవ్రీ కార్నర్ లో మనకు ప్రతి వస్తువులో ప్రతి సబ్జెక్ట్ లో ప్రతి ఆబ్జెక్ట్ లో డివినిటీ అనేది మనం చూడగలుగుతున్నాం. అది మన కల్చర్ కి సంబంధించిన విషయం కూడా. అండ్ అదేవిధంగా ప్రతి యాక్షన్ కు 2 రకాలటువంటి రియాక్షన్స్ ఉంటాయని అంటే జనరల్లీ మన సైన్స్ లో చదువుకునేది ఒకటే రియాక్షన్, బట్ ఇక్కడ తన ఆలోచన పద్ధతి ప్రకారం 2 రకాలైనటువంటి రియాక్షన్స్ ఉన్నాయని, అది కూడా ఏంటంటే ఇమ్మీడియట్ రియాక్షన్ ఒకటి, తర్వాత అల్టిమేట్ రియాక్షన్ ఒకటి. అంటే షార్ట్ టర్మ్ లాంగ్ టర్మ్ లాగా మనకు ఆనందం కలిగించే విషయాలు ఏవో ఉంటాయి, ఇమీడియట్ గా చేస్తాము, వీ ఫీల్ హ్యాపీ. బట్ అదే పని కంటిన్యూ చేస్తూ పోతే లాంగ్ రన్ లో దానివల్ల ఉండేటువంటి నష్టాలు ఏంటి, వాటికి తేడా మనం తెలుసుకోవాలి అనేది కూడా చాలా బాగా ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేశారు. అండ్ లాంగ్ లాస్టింగ్ బెనిఫిట్స్ నే మనం ఎన్నుకోవాలి. అండ్ దానికోసం ఏంటంటే కొంచెం కష్టపడాల్సి ఉంటుంది. ఏంటంటే కొంచెం ఎక్సర్సైజ్ అనేది కష్టం అనిపించి రేపు చేద్దాం, ఎల్లుండి మొదలు పెడతాను, ఆ విధంగా మనం పోస్ట్పోన్ చేస్తుంటాం. అలా కాకుండా వితౌట్ పెయిన్ నో గెయిన్ అనేది మనకు ఒకసారి గుర్తు చేశారు. దాని నుంచి ఏంటంటే మనకు ఫిట్నెస్ ఒక ఇంపార్టెన్స్, మనకి ఎంత ముఖ్యం, బాడీకి మైండ్ కూడా ఫిట్నెస్ అనేది ఎంత ముఖ్యం అనేది మనకు చాలా బాగా గుర్తు చేశారు. అండ్ ఇంకొక విషయం కూడా ఏంటంటే వీఆర్ యాక్చువల్లీ వాట్ వీ ఈట్ అనే దాన్ని అండర్లైన్ చేస్తూ చాలా బాగా చెప్పారు. ఎందుకంటే మనం తీసుకునే ఆహారమే మనని తయారు చేస్తుంది, మన శరీరాన్ని కానీ మన మైండ్ని కూడా తయారు చేస్తుంది. సాత్విక ఆహారం తీసుకున్నట్టయితే మన ఆలోచన పద్ధతి కానీ మన ప్రవర్తన తీరు కానీ అవన్నీ కూడా సాత్వికంగా ఒక మామూలు మనిషి ఎలాగ ఉండాలో అలా ఉంటాము అనే దాన్ని కూడా మనకు క్లియర్గా ఒకసారి అండర్లైన్ చేస్తూ చెప్పారు. అదేవిధంగా మంచి అలవాట్లు ఎందుకు చేసుకోవాలి, శరీరానికి కానీ మనసుకు కానీ ఉపయోగపడేవి. అదేంటంటే ఆ సందీప్ మహేశ్వర్ గారు చెప్పినటువంటి, అంటే తన ప్రోగ్రామ్స్ లో ఏ విధంగా స్టార్ట్ చేస్తారనేది కోట్ చేస్తూ, వాల్యూ ఆఫ్ ద నంబర్ 32 ఏంటంటే 32 సార్లు మనం ఎప్పుడైనా సరే ఏదైనా ఆహారం తీసుకునేటట్టయితే 32 సార్లు దాన్ని నమిలి మింగాలి. అంటే ఏంటంటే దానికి ఎక్కువ టైం ఇస్తూ శుభ్రంగా నమిలినట్టయితే ఆ ఎంజైమ్స్ క్రియేట్ అయ్యి అది లోపలికి వెళ్ళిన తర్వాత డైజెషన్ కి చాలా ఈజీగా డైజెస్ట్ అవుతూ హెల్ప్ఫుల్ గా ఉంటుంది. అది హెల్దీ వే ఆఫ్ టేకింగ్ ఫుడ్ ఇన్సైడ్ అనేది చాలా ఎగ్జాంపుల్తో సహా బాగా చెప్పారు. అండ్ ప్రతి ప్రాణి కూడా సెల్ఫ్ హీలింగ్, సెల్ఫ్ రిపేరింగ్ అనేది ఒక బాడీలో ఒక ఇది ఉంటుంది. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఒక ఏదైనా జ్వరమో ఏదో ఒక లక్షణం చూపెట్టినట్టయితే లంకనం పరమోషోధ అంటాం కదా, ఆ విధంగా మనకు కొన్ని తెలిసిన విషయాలే, బట్ చాలా బాగా టైమ్లీగా గుర్తు చేశారు. అదేవిధంగా ఒక్కొక్కసారి మనం తెలియకుండా ఎక్కువ తింటూ పార్టీలకు వెళ్ళినప్పుడు ఏదో ఎక్కువ ఆహారం తీసుకుంటే కొంచెం ఇబ్బందులు కలుగుతాయి, అనారోగ్యం కలుగుతుంది. దానికి ఏంటంటే ఎనీమా కూడా ఎలా చేసుకోవాలి ఏంటి, దానికి కూడా ఒక పద్ధతి. దానికి ఇంకా కావాలంటే ఈమెయిల్ ద్వారా కొన్ని తనని కొంచెం కాంటాక్ట్ కూడా చేయొచ్చు, క్లియర్ మెథడ్స్ అన్ని కావాలంటే. అండ్ హెల్దీ క్లీన్ బాడీ అండ్ డిసీజ్ అంటేనేమో అన్క్లీన్ బాడీ అనేది ఒకటి డైరెక్ట్ గా సింపుల్ వర్డ్స్ లో ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేశారు. అండ్ ఉదయం పూట ఎటువంటి ఆహారం తీసుకోవాలి, లైట్ ఫుడ్. ఆఫ్టర్నూన్ కూడా ఎటువంటిది అంటే ఈవినింగ్ 3 రకాల ఆహారాన్ని 3 టైమింగ్స్ లో ఎటువంటి ఆహారం తీసుకుంటే మంచిది అంటే మార్నింగ్ టైం ఒక ఫ్రూట్, లైట్ ఫుడ్ అలాగా. అండ్ బౌల్ ఆఫ్ రా వెజిటబుల్స్, తను కూడా అదే పద్ధతి పాటిస్తారు. ఈవినింగ్ ఒక మీల్, నార్మల్ మీల్ తీసుకోవటం. ఇవన్నీ ఏంటంటే ఒక మంచి అలవాటు లాగా క్రియేట్ చేసుకోవటం, బాడీకి మంచిది అనేది చెప్పారు. తర్వాత ఏ జబ్బు అయినా కానీ వ్యాధి అనేది యాక్చువల్గా జబ్బు కంటే కూడా జబ్బుకు తోడైనటువంటి భయమే మన ఎక్కువ ఇచ్చేస్తుంది, అనారోగ్యం పాలు చేస్తుంది. కాబట్టి ఆ జబ్బు ఏంటి, దాని గురించి తెలుసుకొని దానికి ఏం పాటించాలి, ఎటువంటి ఆహారం తీసుకోవాలి, ఎటువంటి శారీరకంగా కానీ మానసికంగా కానీ మనం ఏ పద్ధతులు అవలంబించాలి అనేది ఒకటి మనకి చేశారు. ఆ డ్రింకింగ్, స్మోకింగ్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ కూడా చెప్పారు. ఏంటంటే వాటిని కనుక మనం కంటిన్యూ చేయదలుచుకుంటే, ఇటువంటి చెడు అలవాట్లు కంటిన్యూ చేయదలుచుకుంటే దాంతో వచ్చేటువంటి పరిణామాలు కూడా ఎదుర్కోవడానికి రెడీగా ఉన్నట్టయితే ప్లీజ్ గో హెడ్ అండ్ కంటిన్యూ అని చెప్పగానే చెప్పారు. అది మనం అర్థం చేసుకోవాలి. తర్వాత పాజిటివ్ ఫుడ్స్ ఏంటి, నెగిటివ్ ఫుడ్స్ ఏంటి అనే పాయింట్ కూడా చాలా క్లారిటీ ఇచ్చారు. ఏంటంటే ఫుడ్ లో లైఫ్ అనేది, జీవం ఉండే ఫుడ్ అనేది మనం చూసుకోవాలి, ఆ తేడా మనకు తెలుస్తుంది. ఎగ్జాంపుల్ కూడా ఇచ్చారు. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ స్ప్రౌట్స్, త్వరగా పాడైపోయే ఆహారాలు ఏంటి, లాంగ్ లాస్టింగ్ ఫుడ్ ఫ్రిడ్జ్ లో పెట్టి రిజర్వ్ చేసుకొని దాన్ని స్టోర్ చేసుకునేవి, ఇటువంటి వాటిలో తేడా తెలుసుకొని మనం తీసుకోవాలి. తర్వాత ఒక 5 గైడ్ లైన్స్ కూడా ఆరోగ్యం కోసం చెప్పారు. అండ్ ఇంపార్టెన్స్ ఆఫ్ బీయింగ్ ఆక్యుపైడ్ కూడా ఏంటంటే, ఇప్పుడు ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఖాళీగా ఉన్నాం అనుకోండి, ఖాళీగా ఉన్నట్టయితే మనకి ఏదో ఒకటి తినాలనిపిస్తూ చిరుతిళ్ళు ఏదో ఒకటి తింటుంటాము, అది కరెక్ట్ కాదు. కాబట్టి ద వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్ థింగ్ ఏంటంటే ఆల్వేస్ బీ ఆక్యుపైడ్ విత్ సంథింగ్. ఏదో ప్యాషన్ ఉన్నటువంటి ఒక హాబీనో లేకపోతే ఒక ఉద్యోగం, మన పనో, ఏ పని చేసుకున్నా ప్యాషన్ తోటి చేసుకున్నట్టయితే మనకి తిండి మీద జాస్తి ఉండదు, అన్నెసరీ తెలియకుండా ఎక్కువ ఆహారం తీసుకోము. కాబట్టి అదొక అలవాటు మంచి చేసుకోవాలి, బీ ఆక్యుపైడ్, అదొకటి. తర్వాత ఫుడ్ అంటే ఏంటంటే మనం తీసుకునేది, నోటితోటి తీసుకునే ఆహారం ఒక్కటే ఆహారం కాదు, సన్లైట్ కూడా మనకు బాడీకి లోపలికి వెళ్తుంది, అది కూడా ఒక హీలింగ్ ప్రాసెస్ లో భాగమే. అంటే ఫుడ్ అనగానే మనం ఏమనుకుంటా అంటే నోటితోటి మనం తినేదే అనేది, అది ఆ కాన్సెప్ట్ కాకుండా ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ సన్లైట్ కూడా మనకు కావాలి, విటమిన్ డి వస్తుంది, రకరకాలుగా ఉపయోగపడతాయి. ఇవన్నీ కూడా వాటి ఇంపార్టెన్స్ ని చాలా బాగా క్లియర్ గా మనకి సింపుల్ లాంగ్వేజ్ లో ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేశారు. I think this sums up the whole narrative for today. And I think
Thank
with
you.
this,
Thank you very much, Chandrasekhar Garu. Wonderful explanation.
Wonderful explanation.
Okay, thank you, Chandrasekhar Garu. I request State President Dr. L. Rajbhaskar Reddy Garu say a few words on this occasion.
Namaste, sir. Namaste, Andy. Dr. Arun Sharma Garu. Really, you gave us wonderful advice today, and in precisely everything about our health and our maintenance of proper health, diet, and other issues. Really, we are very grateful to you, sir. You have come to our platform, and really, we are very fortunate to have you in this session. And whatever you said is very impactful on us. And thank you very much, sir, for giving this opportunity.
Thank you very much, sir. It is our fortunate, sir. Today, my words are not enough to express our gratitude. On behalf of Prajna Bharati, I thank you, sir, for giving this wonderful time and wonderful explanation and informative manner. Now, I request our Satyanarayana Garu, Secretary of Prajna Bharati, propose vote of thanks on behalf of Prajna Bharati.
Pranam Guruji.
Pranam.
We are very thankful. Sir, you have explained many things. Besides your busy schedule, you have illustrated many things. All our participants are very happy. Some of the participants are unhappy because they have not got choice to enter into the Zoom meeting. Even though we are very happy Once again, I am telling you, sir, many, many thanks. Thank you, one and all. Thank you, sir. Jai Hind.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Sunil Kannoj garu and Janardhan Reddy garu.
Yeah, thank you everyone for being so patiently listening to the lecture, and thank you for the wonderful questions. We can share the Guruji's email ID, and if people want to get connected for their queries, they can write to you, or then you can.
Okay, sir.
You can reach out to Guruji over the email.
Okay. Okay, thank you, sir. Janardhan Reddy garu, namaskar. Janardhan Reddy garu. Janardhan Reddy garu, voice. 1 minute.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you
Dr.
very
Arun
much.
Sharma garu, thank you very much. పాదాభి వందనములు మీకు మాకు టైం ఇచ్చినందుకు మా అందరికి.
Okay, మీకు చెప్పాలి సార్. చాలా అద్భుతమైన టైం సార్ గురూజీ గారిది ఇచ్చారు మాకు. Thank you very much. Okay, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Translation teacher. Very nice translation.
Okay.
Thank you,
sir.
Chandrasekhar garu. Wonderful translation.
No doubt. Yes. Thank you, sir.
Was it now?
Okay.